Let's learn how to do perfect square factorization. Whew, what a mouthful. We've seen that factorization is going from something without brackets like this to something with brackets. It's breaking it into its factors, the things that go into it. And we're going to use a fact that hopefully we've seen before to expand a perfect square. X plus 5 in brackets all squared. There is a trick to expanding this, and we can use that to factorize things. The trick is that it is going to be the first thing squared, so this would be x squared, and the next term is 2 times the first thing times the second thing, so 2 times x times 5 is 10 times x, so that's the second term, and the last one is the second thing squared. We also have the same for subtracting, so something take something else squared. Now the reason that I want to show you the shortcut, apart from saving time, is that also we can use it to factorize some expressions that otherwise might be tricky to factorize. So if we look at this, we can use this trick to factorize it. Later on, year 10, later on, you can use these kinds of things to help solve equations, actually solve some problems. But for now, we're just getting the tools. So are each of these expressions perfect squares? If so, factorize them. Okay. Well, we've got this expression, x squared plus 6x plus 9. Let's imagine that this was this pattern. It kind of looks like this pattern, doesn't it? We've got something squared plus something. Maybe this we can write as something squared. If I wanted to write 9 as something squared, how would I write it? 9 is what squared? 9 is 3 squared. So I can rewrite this as x squared plus 6x plus 3 squared. And I'm doing that so it looks a little bit more like this pattern. I really want to see if it fits this pattern. So now if it did match the pattern, a would be this thing, x. So if this is a plus b all squared, then the a would be that thing. The b would be this 3, because it's that thing before the squared. And what would the middle term be? The middle term would be 2 times a times b. So if this does fit the pattern, this middle term, this one here, should be 2 times x times 3. Because 2 times that times that. Can you simplify 2 times x times 3? How would you write 2 times x times 3 simplified? We would write it as 6x. Now this is really promising. This is really promising. These things here, and the question I have for you is, does this match the middle term? So the middle term here, does it match what I got for 2ab? What do you think? Yes, it's a match. It's a win. That means it matches the pattern. So that means that it really does match the pattern. X squared plus 6x plus 9 equals, it's this kind of thing, a plus b all squared, where the a is x, and the b is 3. So I found that this one matches the pattern. Cool. Let's try another one and see if this one matches the pattern. See if we can factorize this one. Again, I want to write the first thing as something squared, which it already is. X squared, it is something squared. But 16, how can I write 16 as something squared? 16 is 4 squared. So this is looking promising. Yeah, this might match this pattern, I hope, because then we can factorize it. So if this is a plus b squared, then a would be x, and b would be 4. Now, we need to figure out the middle term. The middle term would be 2 times a times b, which is 2 times x times 4, which is 8x. Now, does this one match the middle term? What do you think? Yes or no? It's different. It doesn't match. I guess we can't do this one then. We can't factorize it, at least not in this way. Well, that's sad. But hey, you can't always win them. So it is not a perfect square. No. This last one is really much trickier, right? You can see it's got 25x squared. And these questions, if they're feeling hard to you, they are a lot trickier than the other ones. I think that there are definitely easier parts than this. Easier types of questions. This one is a little bit tricky. Not just this one here, but these other ones too, as they're tricky to get the hang of. So you will need some practice. This one, I can write 4 as 2 squared. I've got that minus 20x. Now, I told you these questions are going to be hard. Right? You're going to have to get used to failure. You get used to learning from your mistakes. We're going to get a failure out of the way right now. Because to figure out what goes here is tricky. I want to write something that when I square it, I get 25x squared. So there is something that needs to go here that if I square it, I multiply it by itself, I get 25x squared. What do you think that is? This is tricky, right? You probably get it wrong. That's okay. The thing that I have to square is 5x. 5x times 5x is 5 times 5 times x, which is 25x squared. Now, maybe you got that wrong. That's okay. You just dust yourself off. You get right back up. You get right back in there, all right? Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. Okay, so we've got this as something squared, and this as something squared, and there's a minus sign here. Oh, it doesn't look like that one now. It looks like this one, right? Something squared minus something plus something squared. Ooh, could fit the pattern, could fit the pattern. Let's check it out. So if it does fit the pattern, then A would be 5x. So if this is A minus B squared, then A would be 5x. B would be this here, 2. 2 times A times B would be 2 times A, which is 5x, times B, which is 2. What would go here? How would I simplify 2 times 5x times 2? Well, 2 times 5 is 10. 10 times 2 is 20. 20x. Now, these here, even though there's a minus sign, that's okay. That's cool. That's cool. We'll just forget about that minus sign for now. It's part of the pattern. That's all right. But other than the minus sign, these match. Yeah, that 20x, that one there, that matches the middle term, right? So does it match the pattern? Yes or no? Yes, it matches. So this expression here, 25x squared minus 20x plus 2 squared equals, it's going to be something take something squared. The thing that goes here, actually, do you want to guess? There's A here and B here. So what do you think this is going to look like? If there's A there and B there, A is 5x, B is 2. Boom, and we're done. And that's how you do these, admittedly, quite tricky questions. Get some practice, and good luck, everyone. Bye.